A great day to you all, bigger viewers. Thank you very much for coming back to my channel. So today, of course, it's another adventure wherein I'm gonna show you what you'll expect here in Cebu City, which happens to be the heritage places. So I'll see you later. This is Fort San Pedro, also known as the Fuerte de San Pedro, is a military defense structure here in Cebu City. Built by the Spanish under the command of Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, who was the first governor of the Captaincy General of the Philippines. It is located in the area now called Plaza Independencia, in the pier area of the city. The original fort was made of wood and built after the arrival of Legazpi and his expedition. In the early 17th century, a stone fort was built to repel Muslim raiders. Today's structure dates from 1738 and is the oldest triangular bastion fort in the country. It served as a nucleus of the first Spanish settlement in the Philippines. During the Philippine Revolution at the end of the 19th century, it was attacked and taken by the Filipino revolutionaries, who used it as a stronghold. Nowadays, Fort San Pedro can be utilized by the public or the government for special occasion that can definitely complement the occasion itself. Aside from the stone fortress, once you'll explore Fort San Pedro, you'll see some photos of Cebu and the Philippines and its history. There are also paintings of the Filipino heroes such as Lapu-Lapu and Jose Rizal. Have you spotted them? So just to give you guys a great feeling of going around Cebu like the older days or the olden days, we're gonna ride the Kalesa, or we call it here Tartanilla, wherein there's a horse, of course, and a carriage. So he will be bringing us around the heritage places here in Cebu. So I'm with Carlo, Emma, there. And sir, what's your name again? Sir.
Ronald.
Sir Ronald. Okay, so we'll be going around Cebu City, the heritage places of Cebu City, through Tartanilla. Currently, by the way, guys, the Tartanilla or Calesa is not really a public transportation around Cebu because it's already phased out, but there are still places where you can experience Tartanilla, which happen to be which place again? Tabuan. Yes, like the old towns of Cebu, like Tabuan or San Nicolas. I think in the southern part of Cebu. So it's a really great experience. Alright guys, welcome! Hello! We're gonna enjoy the heritage places here in Cebu. It's not just all about the city, the beaches, we also have great heritage places. Magellan's Cross. Next stop is the Magellan's Cross. It's a Christian cross planted by the Portuguese and Spanish explorers as ordered by Ferdinand Magellan upon arriving in Cebu in the Philippines around March 1521. This cross is housed in a chapel next to Basilica Minore del Santo Niño on Magellan Street, just in front the Cebu City Hall. A sign below the cross states that the original cross is encased inside a wooden cross made of tingalo wood. This is to protect the original cross from the people who chipped away parts of the cross for souvenir purposes, in the belief that the cross possesses miraculous powers. Some people, however, believe that the original cross has been destroyed or disappeared after Magellan's death, and the cross is a replica that was planted there by the Spaniards after they successfully Christianized the Philippines. Few meters away from Magellan's Cross is the Basilica Minor del Santo Niño de Cebu, commonly known as Santo Niño Basilica. It's a minor basilica in the city that was founded in 1565 by Fray Andres de Ordineta and Fray Diego de Herrera. The oldest Roman Catholic church in the country, it is built on the spot where the image of the Santo Niño de Cebu was found during the expedition of Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. This is Colon Street, guys, which happened to be the oldest street during the Spanish era. It's found here in Cebu. And close to it happens to be Parian and other heritage places. So you can just walk around the street for you to see the history of Cebu and even here in the Philippines. Aside from the Americans and Spaniards, Philippines was also exposed to Chinese culture. Well, I think it shows in this house then, right? It's a really nice place. Kitchen. It's one of the houses of the rich people back in history. It's really nice. Another place to experience. This is the national martial arts of the Philippines, which is called arnis, or also known as kali or eskrima. These kids are really showing great skills. Alright! So after the Parian, there's a great experience here downtown in the Yap-Sandiego house. Look! This dance is called tinikling, which is a traditional Philippine folk dance which originated during the Spanish colonial era. You need to have a great agility for you to perform this gracefully. steps away from Parian is the Yap-Sandiego Ancestral House, which is one of the oldest houses in the Philippines, built in the late 17th century. The Ancestral House has remained in its original state. That's a cute fact. This was the house of Don Juan Yap and Doña Maria Floredo with their children Maria Eleuterio and Consolacion. So I'm wondering, why is this called the Yap-Sandiego Ancestral House? During the 1880s, Maria Florida Yap was the eldest daughter of Don Juan and Doña Maria, married Don Mariano Sandiego, who was that time the cabeza de barangay of Parian. Well, I think that already explains why it's called Yap-Sandiego Ancestral House. About 60 meters away from Yap-Sandiego Ancestral House is the Casa Gorordo. The Gorordo house was built in the 1850s and originally owned by Alejandro Reynes y Rosales. It was bought by Isidro Gorordo, a merchant from the Basque province of Vizcaya in Spain. 4 generations of his family lived in this house, including Juan Gorordo, the first Filipino bishop of Cebu, thus its present name. In the house itself, you'll see the family tree of the prominent family, and aside from that, the lifestyle of the Filipinos way back during the Spanish era. You can really tell how conservative Filipinos are.
The suitors of your daughter. So, as you notice doon, nasa ng bintana, it's for the hierarchy. That's why doon kasama.
So I'm here in one of the richest old house here in Cebu City. It's really nice. Every arc like this has its story or meaning. So this part happens to be the dining area for the prominent family and their friends. I hope you did enjoy the adventure with me in these heritage places here in Cebu City. So you don't have to worry because these places are just blocks away from each other. So every place has an average entrance fee of 30 pesos. So it's not really that expensive. If in case you happen to have any questions about these heritage places that I went or that I came, don't hesitate to put that on the comments and I'll definitely get back to you. And I will also include on the description box for Cebu Tourism Office link, their Facebook and their email address. And aside from that, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for you to see more of my adventures here in Big Ear Tours. So thank you very much for joining me. Till next time, bye!